That is huge because that's foul number 4, and he's going to have to go sit on the bench for a while.
You know, Delton Deal does not like that call at all, but that was right in front of it. And I'm just got to be honest, I don't think the official had a choice because we saw it, and there was definitely arm length advantage that was given. Now, whether it gave him a great advantage or not, but it was pretty obvious. But you're right, that's huge as Marcus Johnson now on the bench for a while.
Parrott got the layup to tie it. And the sad thing, if he doesn't lose his balance, they're not going to catch him. He's going to get a layup. But that made the entire difference with how that possession was played. Shot is going to go. Varmall.
One of the unusual assists you ever see. He tried to pass it off. The ball actually deflected off the person who was passing it to, back to him for the basket.
Missed shot at the other end. York rebound. Panthers on the run, far side of the floor. This is Brewer with into the lane. Takes the little running jumper, and it is going the other way. Parrott had gained position and was waiting on him, and that's one of the easier charge calls you can make. At least in my perspective. I'm not sure you agree.
Well, yeah, he was set. But what I saw is it looked like he may start leaning just a little bit before you get there. And again, and we have heard some officials say that sometimes they're going to give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt on something like that because, you know, you're about to get clobbered, and human action is you're going to move a little bit. But I definitely thought there was a little bit of a lean before it. But certainly he had the position, no question about that. His feet were set.
Baseline jumper is no good. Battle for the rebound is on the ground now. Midland able to save it. Parrott with it. Gives it up. 3-point is going to be good for Goalie. Goalie up to 8 now. It is a 38-37 Midland lead. York already in the front court. In between the circles, Brewer. Brewer with a little bit of contact. Maintains his dribble before giving the ball to Strickland. Strickland goes in between the circle briefly into the hands of Osiande. Back to Strickland on the drive. Splits his man. Hits it with the left hand.
Dylan Brewer carries one of those guys that's really going to have to start picking up. Now, he certainly is capable of helping carry the team, but especially with Johnson on the bench for a while, it's going to be coming critical not only for Varmall, but certainly Brewer to pick up some offensive production.
So Brewer gets it to go there with the left hand. Underneath the basket, nothing there. Kick out to an open man. On the drive, left-handed layup. This is good. Emmett gets into double figures with 11. It is 39, and a block at the other end. It was clean, and 40-39 the score now. Midland with the lead and the basketball. Lost it for a second. Parrott trying to go to the rim or trying to go to the lane. It's taken away. Here comes York. 3-point attempt over on the right wing is long, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Emmett for Midland. Runs the floor on the far side, and they want a timeout. Does Midland to talk about it? 40-39 is the score. 14-17 left to go in the second half. 1-point basketball game, and a game that we knew would be tight, or we figured would be tight just because of what we saw there in the first round, and it certainly lived up to that. Let's see what happens in the last 4:17.
The French student-athlete has a great ring to it, joins 60,000 others who feel the same way. You'll never run out of room to grow on the court, in the classroom, and in person. There are lasting friendships waiting to be made with students, coaches, and the entire campus community. Learn more at NAIA.org. 14-17 to go in the second half. Scott McCauley, Perry Phillips, courtside at the Keeter Athletic Complex, day number 2 of the NAIA Division II, round number 2, we should say, day number 3 of the NAIA Division II Men's National Basketball Championships. 40-39 the score. As again, both of these teams got here via the upset route, although both of these teams are nationally ranked. And we do keep stressing that point. So you've got 22nd ranked York against 25th ranked Midland in this ball game. York knocking off Davenport, the 9th seed in the opening round. 8th seed Eastern Oregon was the victim of Midland in the opening round Wednesday.
So Midland with the basketball and a 1-point lead. Swing the ball over to the far side. They throw it away, though, looking to drop the ball into the lane. Here comes Johnson for York. Dribbles over onto the right wing. Foul away from the basketball. as there was a couple of players are battling on the inside trying to get possession down or position down on the block. Foul will be whistled against Hessler, I believe, and that is going to be, I haven't posted on the board yet. It is his second personal foul, I do believe, or first personal foul. Sorry about that. But they don't lose the ball very long. It is a thrown away inside, an unforced turnover against York. Gives it right back here to the Warriors. So Midland now still up 40-39, 13:43 left to go in the second half. Emig in between the circles, dribbles with the left hand before giving it to Parrott. Parrott with a cross-court pass. Ball now worked down along the baseline. A running right-hander is going to drop in there for Langford. His first basket of the game. His team now up by 3, 42-39. Varmall with it down in the corner. Drives along, pulls up just before the lane, rattles around the rim, backboard, and back in. Varmall up to 19 on the game, 42-41. Warriors now will look for an answer. Dishes to the left side, three-pointer, short, no good. York has the rebound. Here come the Panthers looking for the lead. Right down the middle of the floor is Vaughn. Vaughn to Varmall, thought about the three and said drives in, draws contact. And a foul, 2 shots coming up for Varmall.
You know, he does something, and I've seen a lot of players do it. Of course, we see Mike Wiebe, who plays for College of the Ozarks. I noticed he does this, but Varmall did the same thing. He's able to tuck the ball away for a second while he's in the air, but that allows him to get control of the basketball. It's not a violation, not traveling because he's there, and then he throws it up to the basket and actually gets the foul, and we'll have the first free throw that will be knocked down by Varmall. So Varmall now has 20, and he'll have one more on the way. 42 all is our score right now, 12:51 to go. And another tight early round game here in the national championship.
Exactly. He hits it as well. So 43-42. We're starting to go back and forth a little bit with this lead. Midland gets a chance to recapture it themselves now. Gawley throws it over to the right side to Emig. Popping out is Vaughn. Vaughn back to Gawley. Gawley from just outside the three-point arc. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back with the left hand is no good. This time the rebound, well, York had it, but the ball was stolen. Three-pointer from Parrott. Short. No good. Another offensive rebound. Put back, no good. Again, try it. It's blocked right out near midcourt, but Midland able to control it once again. Underneath, and this time the ball is going to be mishandled and lost by Williams. Midland had 4 different cracks at it there and unable to score.
Perry, I got to be honest with you. He was so close on that second one, I had literally started to write it down in the book. I thought there was no way he could miss that, but I should have known better because just the craziness we've seen, just a wild possession, and York very, very fortunate.
We're down to 12 minutes to play. York leads at 43-42, and Varmall draws contact again before he gets a shot up. And it'll be an out-of-bounds play coming up over on the sideline. Now that is the 4th team foul. Each team now with 4. We'll keep track of that. Free throws could be very important in this very tight ball game. 3-point shot, no good. Parrott with the rebound for Midland. Outlet pass, goalie runs the right side of the floor, goes all the way to the free throw line before kicking it right side to Emig. Emig back to Parrott. Parrott dribbles in between his legs, now with the left hand. Still 22 seconds to shoot here for Midland. Left hand layup is no good for Williams, but this time he goes to the free throw line. Williams strong. Go ahead.
I was going to say there's just been a lot of end-to-end action, and it's just hard to kind of keep track of. But I tell you what, I was very impressed. Even though he missed a shot, Williams showed a lot of jumping ability. Of course, he's 6'6", but even at that, he just doesn't take for granted gets the rebound. He just out-jumps everyone and has used that physical ability to great advantage here in the second half.
Yeah, and a very assertive move in that last drive, too. Going straight to the hole and trying to finish it with the left hand. Again, didn't get it, but enough contact sent into the line. He takes advantage with that first free throw to tie the game. 43-43 now. 11:32 left to go in the second half. Brandon Williams with a chance to give his team a 1-point lead. Both teams looking for the first berth into the quarterfinals. And Williams hits that second free throw to give Midland the advantage, 44-43. Down to 11 and a half minutes left to play. Into the front court. This is Brewer. Those at right side, Vaughn. Vaughn tries to come off a screen, but his man able to pick him up. Turns around, throws it back to Varmall. Varmall attacks the basket and throws the ball away as Parrott is there for the steal. Parrott brings the ball up the floor over on the right side himself. Comes off a screen, goes down along the baseline. He is picked up, just steps back, fires a three. It is no good. Rebound is tied up, I do believe. Alternating possession will give it to York. Neither team giving an inch here, going for every loose ball that they can get.
You know, and the thing about it is these are two, of course, York averages 84 points a game. So they're used to some more high-scoring games, but both teams seem to be very comfortable playing this style. And I think it's a credit to their defense for one thing, as that three ball is knocked down by Andre Vaughn, and that's going to put York right back in front.
46-44, no setup of an offense there. He just came to the top of the key and shot it. Here comes Parrott, thought about trying to answer, couple of pump fakes. Now he drives along the lane and is cut off. Underneath, shot is no good by Emig, but there was all kinds of contact. Now Emig will go to the line with 2 free throws and a chance to tie it once again.
And that's going to be the third foul on Brewer. Now he's got to be careful because remember, Marcus Johnson sitting over on the bench with 4 fouls. So Delton Deal, even though he does go a little bit deeper, not much deeper, he's really got to focus. Brewer's really got to focus on staying in the ball game right now.
First one is good. Emig up to 12. If he can hit another one, we will be tied once again. And he does exactly that. 46-46, down to 10 and a half to play. Panthers with it in the front court. Left is Vaughn. Vaughn comes back over to the right side. Setting up is Brewer. Brewer trying to come off a screen. Going to shoot a three. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, no good. Offensive tap a second time, will not go, and the rebound is cleared by Huser. Down to the other end, baseline. Shot good, count it for Emig. Emig up to 15 on the game. It is a 48-46 lead for Midland. Panthers with a chance to answer. In between the circles, Johnson. Johnson to Varmall. Varmall, three, short. Parrott with the rebound for Midland. Now the Warriors with the ball and a 2-point advantage. Treble left side of the floor is Gully. Gully setting up the offense, picks up his dribble, finds an open man inside for the layup. That was Jerome Vaughn. It is 50-46, Midland by 4 with 9:11 left to go in the game and a timeout on the floor.
Well, I tell you what a run by Midland as they've been able to get control of the game here, at least for the current time. And that time York just got lost on defense and left a man wide open, and that allows the Warriors to take this 4-point lead, 9:11 to go here in the second half. Make sure to check out more exciting action on other NAIA National Championships. Just go to NAIA.org. Division II Women's Basketball National Championship, they're in their second round today in Sioux City, Iowa. Men's and Women's D1 National Championships will be coming up next week. You can go to NAIA.org for more information on that.
9:11 left to go in the second half. This is the opening game of the second round of the NAIA Men's Division II National Championships from here in Point Lookout. I'm Perry Phillips. You've been hearing Scott McCauley as well. And this game has lived up to everything we have seen in the first 2 days of this tournament. We keep saying it, Scott, but parity is what we have seen in the NAIA this year.
Boy, no doubt about that. They are absolutely just playing so well. These teams, especially some of these teams, teams that were not seeded but were nationally ranked, what we have seen is how much balance from 1 to 25 and even below there is in this Division II.
Ball is taken away. We're going to have a slam at the other end, and it's a two-hand hammer. Parrott took it away. We knew what he was going to do when he took it. It just a matter of what kind of jam it was going to be, and he puts his team up by 6. York tries to quickly answer at the other end, and they do. A runner along the baseline is good by Vaughn. He has got 5. It's 52-48, a 4-point advantage for the Warriors. They do have the basketball. Down into the corner. This is Parrott again. There's man-to-man defense. He lobs it inside to Emig. Emig drives baseline, throws it the cross-court pass. 3-point shot from the other side, no good. All kinds of bodies on the ground battling for the rebound, and the Panthers are able to come away with it. Down on the other end, drive along the baseline. Shot is no good, but a foul, and it's going to send Reggie Johnson to the line. Again, one of the things I talked about a while ago was battling for every loose ball when they get a chance. And the rebound down on this other end, Scott, was just an example of what we've seen throughout this game.
There were bodies flying everywhere. Well, and again, it is cliche to say, it's one and done, but, these are teams that, and you see this sometimes when a team has unexpected wins, and I guess, you could probably go into their locker rooms and say, hey, no, we're not surprised to be here, and that's probably true. They probably both figured they had a chance to win their first games, and they did, but they don't want it to end there. They both see an opportunity, especially with as crazy as this national championship has been. Hey, if that guy can win, I can win it too, and I think that's why, especially today, you're going to see a level of competition because you've got 16 teams that are in this national championship, and all 16 feel like they've got a legitimate chance to win it.
Layup goes for goalie. He's in double figures with 10 as he just weaves his way through the defense and able to get a score. 54-50, 7:48 left to go. Varmall with it. Midland staying in that man-to-man defense. Throw over to the left side on the drive. Vaughn gives it up to Johnson. Johnson has to pick up his dribble from 17 feet. No good. Rebound to Emig for Midland. Lost it for a second, but picking it up on the run there was Goalie. Goalie will set up the half-court set here. 7:26 left to play. Warriors with a 4-point lead and the ball. On the drive, Goalie hesitates, now comes underneath the basket on the baseline and re-kicks it back outside. Eventually it goes to Parrott over on the right wing. Into the lane, spin move, Parrott scores. 19 for Parrott. 56-50, a 6-point advantage now for the Warriors. Panthers in the front court. Just under 7 minutes left to play. Varmall has the ball stripped and almost taken away, but he makes a nice play to save it and throw it off of Midland to keep possession for York.
I tell you what, Varmall was very fortunate. He was heading for the stands over there and almost got some of the chairs. There's some temporary stands, if you will. I can't even think what they call them, but they're over there in that side where all the volunteers sit, and he was heading right for it. But he was able to avoid that, and he's right back at it.
Panthers with the basketball again, down by 6. Up top, right side, Varmall. Varmall into the lane, contact and a foul. That will be team foul number 6 against Midland. So now both teams have committed 6 fouls. We'll see free throws from here on out. So an inbound play coming up here for York. 6:37 on the game clock, a fresh shot clock. Varmall has it, and he is fouled right inside the lane, but if they don't, he's going to have an easy layup, and it'll be 1-1 coming up here for Varmall. 6:33 left to go in the second half. Midland from the GPAC, 56. York from the Midland Collegiate Athletic Conference, 50. Two names you hear in the NAIA quite a bit. And a very good basketball game so far. Free throw was missed, follow-up was no good. And Midland clears the rebound. Big possession here because Midland already up by 6, looking for a 3-possession game. And you may talk about, Scott, you may say talking about possessions already with 6.5 minutes left to go is kind of premature. But as even as these two teams and the way that they've played so far, you don't want to get too far behind.
Right, even though York had a big lead and Midland was able to come back, you know, these are very, very key possessions. York certainly very capable, very streaky. They're capable of coming back. But right now you don't want to get in a situation where you get too far down because, as you mentioned, fouls are going to be an issue for both teams as we go down the home stretch.
Ball stripped away, out of bounds. It stays with Midland. .14 seconds left on the shot clock. Having trouble getting the ball inbounds. They finally do to Parrott. Way over on the left wing, drives into the lane, dishes off underneath, delay. Shot was knocked off and eventually goes out of bounds off of Midland. And a nice defensive stand by the Panthers there. And they'll get a chance to cut this down to a 1-possession game if they can hit a 3. Still early to be thinking about that. Really just run your regular offense as we have just under 6 minutes left to go now. Varmall with it along the baseline. Looking to take his man one-on-one, gets by him, and drew a foul as he was doing so. Again, 1-and-1 coming up. Remember, he missed the front end just a little bit ago.
I was just going to say, he's usually who you like at the line, either him or Brewer, but Varmall did miss one a moment ago, a very rare miss, but now has another 1 and bonus. That is the 8th team foul on the Warriors, so after the next foul, we go to double bonus. But now Varmall on the free throw line with the 1 in the bonus.
Hits it. .22 points so far. And makes it 23. 56-52. Lead down to 4 now, but Midland does have the basketball. Coach Eisner calls out directions from the bench. Now they set up the play. They get it to Parrott at the free throw line. He's double teamed, has the ball taken away. Thrown ahead, Varmall. Layup, no good. And the rebound tipped away and controlled by Midland. Panthers on the break, unable to score, and there's a player injured. Varmall down and right in front of the volunteer section where you were talking about a while ago.
Oh, and I don't know what's going on. The training staff is now going over to check it out. I think what happened, I think a lot of the people didn't even know where it was at because we didn't even see it for a couple of moments. But what happened is Varmall, in that sequence, went into those risers. That's the term I was trying to think of earlier. And what I'm guessing happened, and I'll be honest, I didn't see it because I'd already looked away from the plate when he went down, but I'm guessing he may have hit one of the front of those chairs over there.
And they are looking at his left leg right now.
Yeah. Another situation where there was a lot of contact. You know, Varmall and Parrott, you had the leading scorers for both teams going at it right there. As Varmall was going down court, Parrott actually caught him, but there was a rebound put back. And I will say maybe it was Jackson that tried to put it back in and was not able to get it. Gary Turback, who's the head trainer here at College of the Ozarks, is there looking at it.
Well, he's up now on his feet as the crowd applauded. He gingerly tried to put some weight on it. Now he's leaning with a full weight on that left foot, but as he tries to move it and actually walk on it, maybe not able to do quite that much, and that is a big injury with 5:22 left to go in this ball game.
Yeah, they're going to wait to make sure that Varmall can get completely off the court. He is technically out of play right now, but still right there. They're going to get him back to the training room. Now the ball will be put in play right in front of us. Midland again with a 56-52 lead, 5:22 to go.
Emig to trigger the inbound right in front of us. Gets it back right after he throws the ball in. All kinds of contact, and he threw out the arm. He was being hounded big time by Brewer. He threw out the arm just to get a little bit of room, but he did it right in front of the official, and the whistle is blown, and we're going the other way.
His coach told him to settle down pretty quick, though, as he did that, and I think Todd Eisner realized he actually did it. He did throw the arm out, and yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes you get the second one and not the first one. It is frustration, but no doubt that was a foul.
Here on his way to the basket, shot no good there from Buffalo, and Midland comes away with it after the clean block. Varmall making his way back to the scorer's table and is going to check back in. Talk about a tough kid. 4:53 left to go on the clock, and we do have a foul whistled here against York.
It'll be the 7th team foul, so it's one in the bonus, and there's Varmall back in the ball game. And so Varmall makes his way in after that collision down at the other end by the Risers. He's able to get back in the ball game.
Varmall in, Buffalo out. Free throws coming up here for at least 1-and-1 free throw, I guess, coming up for Emig. He gets the roll and hits the front end. 16 for him. 57-52. The advantage is 5 with 4:53 left to go in the second half. Clears off his shoes. Bounces the ball 3 times. Lets it fly, and it's good as well. 58-52. 6-point advantage for Midland. Panthers with the basketball. Left side, Johnson. Bounce pass underneath. Jackson, spin baseline. He was double teamed, kicked it back out. 3-pointer short, no good. And rebound is going to be controlled by Huser for Midland. 58-52. 6-point game and the basketball right now for the Warriors. Into the lane. Nice dish. Shot by Parrott. No good. Panthers now on the run the other way. 3-on-2 break. Layup, or actually a lob. And the eventual layup no good, but the putback will go.
Varmall gets the putback after the initial miss by Marcus Johnson, but that is huge for York as they've now clawed back to within 4, but we're now under 4 minutes to play.
58-54, 4-point Midland lead. 25 points for Varmall. Losing his balance underneath and traveling will send us the other way, as it was Gully who went into the land of Giants and moved that pivot foot. Quickly at the other end, a jam as Jackson got back behind everybody. 58-56, it's a 2-point game, and again, it's a different basketball game with 3:34 left to go in regulation, and Todd Eisner needed a timeout here.
He's going to take a 30-second timeout. 58-56, Midland's lead is down to 2. You can't see it or feel it, but you know and value when someone shows it. Character is at the heart of who we are. Learn more about the NAIA Champions of Character program at championsofcharacter.org. This is the NAIA Division II Men's National Basketball Championship Tournament, continuing here at the Conzio's Keeter Athletic Complex. We're down to 3:34 to go in the first of 8 games, the final day of 8. As we've been detailing and chronicling throughout this, only 6 seeded teams are involved, and one of those will be eliminated. Later on, we've got several matchups of teams that are seeded, including the next matchup between Indiana Wesleyan and Dordt, but this one far from over. 3:25 to go. Perry.
Here comes Midland with the basketball. 3:20 left to go. 2-point lead and the ball. Right side, Gully. Gully thought about going in again, backs it out. Total reset here for Midland as he hands the ball off to Emig. Emig, spin move at the free throw line. Jump shot is good. Nice touch on the ball there. 19 points, 60 to 56. Under 3 to play. Panthers with the ball, trailing by 4. Cross-court pass, Johnson. Johnson with a stutter step, now into the lane. Dishes off for the layup. Harvis Jackson hits it. Havis Jackson up to 8, 60, 58. Again, a 2-point game as we come up on 2.5 to play.